Brand new video here. You can see him walking out of the side of TGK using his t-shirt to cover his head, surrounded by correctional officers and what is presumed to be his manager. Now, although we asked him questions about these allegations, he did not say anything to us as he walked out. He just went immediately into the SUV waiting for him on.
What if one of boxing's biggest superstars is fighting a battle no one saw coming? The internet is buzzing with questions about Gervonta Davis, and now Stephen A. Smith has stepped into the conversation. After reports and online claims suggested Tank could be facing financial problems, Smith shared an important warning. He said a boxer's time at the top does not last forever, and the window to earn massive money closes faster than many realize. Smith reminded Davis that the fortune he is making today must be protected and invested wisely if he wants to remain financially secure long after his championship days are over.
In the last 30 minutes, Gervonta Tank Davis just bonded out of jail. Behind me, he was arrested.
My heart's broken. I mean, I'm just so stunned. I'm so stunned. Please, stop the nonsense. It ain't good to make all that money if you ain't got any of it to keep for yourself, bro.
Well, in regard to Gervonta Davis, but I definitely started seeing him do things that were a tad different than that of whom I met back in, I believe, maybe 2017?
Reports of Gervonta Davis dealing with money issues began to attract attention after celebrity stylist Chris Blake Griffith made public claims against the boxer. According to Blake, Davis owes him $80,000 and has not paid back the amount despite repeated requests. The allegation spread rapidly online and soon became one of the biggest talking points among boxing fans and members of the boxing world.
Money. Because as great as you are, I got news for you. You ain't gonna be able to perform like that forever. We all get old. Father Time is undefeated. Make sure your wallets are fat when that day comes for you. All right?
Griffith explained that he had an arrangement to design clothing and help develop a fashion brand linked to Davis. He said the deal was never finalized because Davis's team did not provide a formal contract. Griffith also claimed that he was never paid for his efforts, despite alleging that Davis used his ideas, designs, and creative concepts for the apparel brand.
When we go through the process of working through my deal, and just getting everything situated, his business manager is Al Heyman.
Oh.
There's a man by the name of Ravon 6'4" Little John that is an extension of Al Heyman and is with Gervonta Davis on a day-to-day basis, at least at that point in time. And 6'4" just kept telling me, and this is like October, November, December, January. So like 4 months of me working back and forth with him, and developing this line that he wanted to bring to the world, just like leveraging all aspects of his business, put some merch out there. And he wanted me to head it up. And throughout the negotiations, he wasn't paying me, but he knew my expenses. So if I'm giving you my time, I'm giving you my energy, and my bills are stacking up 20, 40, 60, 80, 4 months, the time comes for me to be able to sign my deal. I told myself I wasn't even, and I flew from LA to Miami to work this deal out with the guy.
In a recent interview, Stephen A. Smith questioned Davis about the continued talk surrounding his financial situation. Rather than dismissing the subject, Davis openly said that he is trying to improve himself outside the sport of boxing. He also revealed that retirement may come earlier than many expect, explaining that the demands of being a professional fighter have affected him mentally and emotionally. Davis said he hopes to step away from boxing while he is still in good health and dedicate more time to himself, his family, and the next chapter of his life beyond the ring.
He tells me to fly, 6'4", tells me to fly back to California and get prepared to get ready to work. It's like a Tuesday or something like that. And he says that the contract will be in my email by the end of the week. Thursday, Friday comes, and no contract. Gervonta, at this point in time, had taken a turn from that of whom I knew him to be. Started doing things that didn't really align with that of where we began, and I couldn't align with that.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
a fact.
How much does he owe you?
Well, at that point in time, my bills probably were about $20,000 a month. And throughout the negotiation period, when he was just about to get that Amazon deal, he looked around and said, I'm buttoning up all aspects of my business. It's a lot of money coming to the forefront. I think the deal was like maybe like 7 fights or something along those lines. Don't quote me on that, but I know it was an Amazon deal, and he had put the videographers that travel with us every single day, 2 of those guys on payroll. He got everything situated with his brother, because throughout the almost a decade that we ran together, just building everything up to this Amazon deal, we had no like real structure. We were kind of like figuring this thing out on our own. It was us. Matter of fact, when I set Gervonta's interview with you, that was through my DM. If you
really?
Yeah, that's through my.
Wow.
If you go to the Vlad TV Instagram account, you will see messaging between that of your Instagram, Vlad TV, and Chris.
Conor Ben also gave his opinion on the situation surrounding Gervonta Davis and suggested that it goes beyond the rumors about money. Speaking about the accusations, Ben implied that the bigger concern could be issues with discipline rather than a financial disagreement alone. He stressed that elite fighters must remain disciplined not just during training, but also in the way they manage their personal lives and business affairs.
You feel about you, where you are at right now in your career, pound for pound?
I mean, I can't really say. I just gotta, I'm the type of guy that, I really don't really like pay attention to that because I'm still in the mix. So I just gotta keep my head grounded, stay grounded and just. My whole goal was always to go out there and put on a great performance, like every night, So, I can't really say right now because I'm still in the mix. Like I said, but hopefully when it's all said and done, I'll be one of them top great fighters.
How soon is it going to be before you're done? Because on several occasions, it's almost like you're alluding to, you only have but so many fights left. You're looking to walk away from the game. How close are you to that, being undefeated and unblemished with some big fights out there for you to get?
It's close for sure. It just, I don't know. It's a little draining. I just want to step back for a little bit and just focus on me.
The issues surrounding Gervonta Davis appear to go well beyond the recent claims about money. Throughout the last year, Davis has faced multiple legal situations that have raised more questions about his conduct outside of boxing. In July 2025, the WBA lightweight champion was arrested on misdemeanor charges related to an alleged incident involving his former partner.
Tank Davis, somebody you've had some interaction with on social. What do you make of maybe the lack of discipline or arrest?
Lack of discipline. Lack of discipline. Is that what you want to put it down to?
Yeah.
It's more than lack of discipline. Yeah. It's vile. I mean, I don't condone that at all in the slightest. So it's not got nothing to do with lack of discipline. It's got everything to do with moral compass. And for me, that's just, ain't right.
A few months later, in January 2026, he was arrested again in Florida and faced charges including attempted abduction, false imprisonment, and battery related to a separate case. While Davis and his legal team have denied the allegations and the cases remain unresolved, the repeated arrests have caused many people to feel that the biggest battles of his career are now taking place outside of the boxing ring.
An hour ago.
Now, he's accused of assaulting his ex-girlfriend in front of their children. CBS News Miami's Trish Christakis is live at the jail in West Miami-Dade with details on the allegations against him. Trish?
Yeah, guys, good evening. Well, in the last 30 minutes, Gervonta Tank Davis just bonded out of jail. Behind me, he was arrested this morning on the charge of battery of domestic violence. Take a look at that brand new video here. You can see him walking out of the side of TGK using his T-shirt to cover his head, surrounded by correctional officers and what is presumed to be his manager. Now, although we asked him questions about these allegations, he did not say anything to us as he walked out. He just went immediately into the SUV, waiting for him on the side. Now, Davis was arrested this morning, like we just mentioned, on a charge of battery of domestic violence after he allegedly hit his ex-girlfriend outside of her home on Father's Day.
In July 2025, 3 months before this alleged incident, the boxer was arrested on a battery charge, accused of assaulting the mother of his children on Father's Day. This is video of him not speaking to cameras when he was released from TGK. The charges were dropped. In 2023, he was charged with battery, accused of slapping a woman. Florida prosecutors dropped that charge after the victim said she did not wish to proceed. In 2020, he turned himself in after this video that appears to show him grabbing the mother of his child out of her seat at a charity boxing game.
I want to say I'm a boxer, puncher. I'm definitely explosive.
The United States Marshals Fugitive Task Force is looking.
The claims include allegations of battery and deliberately causing emotional distress, although neither accusation has resulted in criminal charges so far. Even so, when viewed alongside Davis's past legal issues, the matter continues to bring significant concern and negative attention to him.
It is only 2.5 weeks from going on. November 14th is the date. We are supposed to think that Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis are going to be fighting on Netflix, but not so fast, my friend. There's another, yes, I said another domestic abuse allegation against Gervonta Davis, and that may either destroy, postpone, change the entire event.
2 years before that, he was also arrested over similar accusations involving alleged misconduct toward a woman. The case drew widespread media coverage and once again brought attention to his history outside the sport. As these incidents continue to surface, many people have started asking whether Davis has actually learned from his past, or if the same problems are still happening without any meaningful change.
Boxing champion Gervonta Tank Davis faces new abuse claims from a woman who claims to be his ex-girlfriend. This is according to our media partner, the Baltimore Banner. Courtney Russell says she dated Davis for 5 months and recently filed a civil lawsuit accusing him of aggravated battery, false imprisonment, and other offenses. She claims Davis physically attacked her a number of times during their relationship. Russell claims the most recent incident was Monday at a Miami nightclub. Davis is scheduled to fight Jake Paul in Miami on November 4th.
Claressa Shields, who understands the demands of competing at the highest level, offered a more sympathetic perspective on Gervonta Davis's situation. While praising his exceptional talent in the ring, she said that some of his recent interviews suggest he may be dealing with more serious personal and emotional struggles behind the scenes.
Learning more about his criminals, Roy.
Sanella and Louie, and we just obtained the 911 calls made by this alleged victim, and in it you can hear her screaming to that dispatcher to send help because she is in fear for her life.
Hey, Devontae, what do you have to say about the charges against you?
No words from 28-year-old star boxer Gervonta Davis as he bonded out of the Broward County Jail Wednesday, a day after he was arrested for allegedly hitting a woman at his Parkland home.
Did you punch that woman in the face?
Davis facing a Broward County judge hours earlier for the domestic battery charge.
Court finds probable.
Shields stressed that getting professional help or attending therapy should never be seen as a sign of weakness, but as a courageous step toward recovery and self-improvement. She said that mental and emotional health is every bit as important as physical fitness for athletes who constantly deal with pressure and life in the public eye.
Gervonta is a hell of a fighter, but he needs to get his mental together. When I hear some of his interviews and I see some of the stuff that he's saying, I can just tell that he's not in love with the sport no more. I can tell that he didn't get his just due. I mean, it was crazy to hear that he said he got evicted out of a house or something like that. And I was just like, what in the world? And like that type of stuff when you've been fighting and knocking people out and fighting main events. I mean, he fought main events here at T-Mobile against some of the best fighters. And it's just like, to see that he got evicted from his home and all this other stuff. Now he got kids and, you know, he's not signed with TMT.
Mayweather. Yeah.
Promotions,
He's on his own.
Interview 12. Bernard Hopkins addressed Davis's recent circumstances with compassion rather than criticism and said he hopes the young champion can get back on the right path. The boxing icon acknowledged Davis's outstanding talent and believes he is still capable of achieving much more if he can overcome the problems affecting his life outside the ring. Hopkins explained that he has seen many gifted fighters damage their careers because of bad decisions away from boxing and said he does not want Davis to face that fate. He urged the lightweight champion to take lessons from his past, surround himself with good influences, and focus on rebuilding both his personal life and his boxing career before it is too late.
Him talk, he's like he want to be a nicer guy for his daughters, and he don't want to be
therapy.
I think he would be better and even a better fighter if he went and did therapy like ASAP. Because I can just tell like he's a little sad, he's a little depressed, even before this fight. You know, so I think it'd be a better fight. I think that Lamont has the mental edge. I think anybody right now would have the mental edge over Tank because to me, he just needs to take some serious time to like, you know, deal with whatever he's having to deal with. Nobody knows what it is, but I mean, me being a fighter, I have done plenty of camps where I was depressed and where I was going through anxiety. So it's not an easy thing to get over, especially when you don't have the support from certain people that you used to have. You're not motivated and stuff like that, so it can be very...
Former light heavyweight champion Antonio Tarver has also expressed concern over Gervonta Davis's growing legal troubles and warned that talent alone cannot build a lasting legacy. Speaking as one of boxing's respected figures, Tarver said that achievements inside the ring must be supported by discipline and accountability outside of it. He noted that Davis possesses elite skills and continues to be one of the sport's biggest stars, but his ongoing legal matters threaten to overshadow everything he has accomplished. Tarver also said that every bad decision made away from boxing places Davis's career reputation and future income at risk.
I'm sure you saw the news about Gervonta Davis being arrested once again. Just give me your thoughts,
Unfortunately, man, I hope he come out. You know what I mean? Everybody else come out. I'm not with the domestic violence thing, man, but I hope that, he get that straightened out and he get back to focus on his family and his career. Family first, and then career second. But I just wish both his ex-girl, his kid's mother, can get things together and look forward and be positive going forward.
Bernard, you think his head, is there right now with boxing? Do you think he just needs another mentor? What does he need? Because he's a great talent.
I don't know, and I don't know him that well. I know he lives in Maryland or Baltimore, and I live in, Philadelphia. And, we both on the East Coast, tri-state, but I'm not familiar with him, to be able to call him up or talk to him or anything like that.
Tarver urged Davis to take a serious and honest look at his life outside of boxing and make meaningful changes before it is too late. He said that being one of the sport's most talented fighters means little if personal issues continue to build over time. Tarver encouraged Davis to grow as a person, stay surrounded by positive influences, and make smarter decisions to protect both his future and his career. He believes that real greatness is measured not only by titles and victories, but also by character, discipline, and personal responsibility. Tarver added that lasting success comes from improving as an individual just as much as succeeding as an athlete.
It's a kind of, I wouldn't say it's a big shock to a lot of us, but, there's this mindset, the fight with Lamont's not signed yet. Apparently he's going to fight Jake Paul. Like, it's put it in and out of boxing right now.
Hey, man, I don't know, but, get these guys the bag so they can get the hell on if they not committed and dedicated to the sport. All they want is a bag. Give them a bag so they can go, bro. I mean, let these fighters that really want this, let's parade them. Let's get behind them. Let's support them. Let's build them. I'm not saying I don't know what happened. But I just hope and pray that young man get it together. He's at the top of his career, prime of his career. I would want him to be remembered more by the things that he's doing in the ring rather than out. But, sometimes you got to win in life, too, before you can get in that ring.
Chris Algieri and Paulie Malignaggi believe that Gervonta Tank Davis's circumstances are different from those of many boxing legends who faced legal troubles. They explained that fighters like Mike Tyson and Carlos Monzon had already secured their places in boxing history before legal issues began affecting public opinion. Davis, however, is still building his legacy, and the continuing arrests and allegations are holding him back before he has fully established himself as one of the sport's all-time greats.
Life is harder than any opponent that we could face, and I just hope he get it together, bro. I feel like a lot of these young men don't have no mentors, bro. It ain't no more handlers in the game, bro. It ain't nobody taking care of the camp. These guys out here on their own frequency, bro. And I just think there's no more leaders in the game, bro. They not going to where that real energy is that can really humble these guys a little bit. We only got a short period of time to be professional boxers. This is over quick, bro. And you don't ever want to live with no regrets. That'll hunt you, bro. That'll hunt you when you know you had the ability to be the...
Each time he appears ready to take the next step in his career and strengthen his legacy, another controversy emerges. As a result, many fans and media outlets are focusing more on his legal problems than on what he has achieved inside the ring, which could eventually overshadow his talent and influence the way his career is remembered.
You nailed it right on the head because, like you said, most fighters have their troubles after their career. When they just have too much time on their hands, a lot of money.
No one protecting them.
Also, but also the depression that follows a fight career. I don't care who you are. A part of your life closes. You're no longer that guy, and I don't just mean the guy that's up here. It's just that mentality that day to day goes away, and a lot of times it's very easy to get into trouble, especially if you come from disenfranchised backgrounds and you have those kind of people around you throughout your career. But in terms of where Tank is going to fall based on his legacy, it seemed like just as he was getting warmed up, 29, 30 years old, when you thought they were going to let him out and just let him fight all the real guys, that's when this all happened. And if you look at even the way this happened this last time with how the fight fell through with Jake Paul, which in my eyes, 2025, the biggest bag dropped ever was.
Do you think Tank can get his career back on track before the problems outside the ring start to shape his legacy in boxing? Share your opinion in the comments below and let us know what you think.